Have you ever noticed how some people seem to build wealth, while others stay stuck financially, no matter how hard they work? The difference is often not how much money they earn, but how they spend it. In this video, we're going to look at 7 things poor people often buy that wealthy individuals almost never waste money on. Let's get started.
You ever wonder why some people seem to get rich while others, even with a really good paycheck, are always broke? Well, it turns out it's not really about how much you make. It's about how you spend. Today, we're going to dive into the spending habits that create the real wealth divide.
You know, we're all kind of told that a huge salary is the golden ticket, right? That's the key to wealth. But what if that's not the whole story? What if there's something else entirely? A factor that actually gives us the power, not our paycheck.
And here it is. This is the secret sauce. The real difference isn't about the number on your annual income report. It's all about the tiny little financial decisions you make every single day. It's a game of inches, where disciplined, intentional spending beats a big salary every single time.
So, let's get specific. We've pinpointed 7 super common spending traps. I want you to think of them like financial crossroads. One path leads to struggle, and the other? Well, the other leads to wealth. Let's find out which path you're on.
First up, we've got the glitter trap status symbols. You know what I'm talking about? That designer bag, the flashy watch, the phone that just came out yesterday. We buy this stuff to look successful, but here's the real question. Is it actually making us poorer? This slide just nails the difference. On one side, you've got this chase for likes, that short-term hit of social approval. But on the other side, it's all about long-term value. See, the wealthy aren't asking, what are people going to think of me? They're asking, is this thing going to be valuable in 5 years? Big difference.
Okay, trap number 2 is a big one, the brand new luxury car. It's the ultimate I've made it symbol, for sure. But that new car smell? You want to know what that really is? That's the smell of your money just evaporating into thin air, because the value plummets the second you drive it off the lot.
And here's that divide in action again. Is a car a status symbol that you're willing to go into debt for? Or is it just a tool? You know, something to get you from point A to point B. Wealthy people know a car is a depreciating asset. It's literally designed to lose money. So what do? They minimize its cost.
Now for the silent killer. I'm talking about death by 1,000 cuts. Or in this case, death by 1,000 impulse buys. That daily latte, the thing you added to your Amazon cart at 2 in the morning, that streaming service you completely forgot you were even paying for. They all seem so small, but man, do they add up.
The difference here is all about mindfulness. Are you spending on autopilot with money just leaking out of your pocket? Or are you more like a financial sniper, giving every single dollar a specific mission? That shift right there is the leap from unconscious spending to intentional wealth building.
Trap number 4. This is like a modern-day ball and chain, high-interest credit card debt. It's when you finance today's lifestyle with tomorrow's earnings, and you end up paying a massive premium for it. That vacation you put on the credit card, you could end up paying for it twice over.
And here's a really crucial distinction you have to make. There's bad debt, which is what you see on the left, that buys you stuff that just loses value. But then there's good debt, or what you could call strategic debt, which buys you assets that can actually make you money. The wealthy get this difference, and honestly, it's a total game changer.
This next trap is so tricky because it feels like a reward. It's called lifestyle inflation. So you get a raise, and you immediately get a bigger apartment, a fancier car, more expensive hobbies. Your income goes up, sure, but your spending goes up right along with it. So you're not actually getting any wealthier.
And this slide shows the 2 choices perfectly. On one path, more money coming in just means more money going out on lifestyle upgrades. But on the other path, more money in gets funneled directly into assets. It's the difference between looking rich and actually being rich.
Okay, here's a trap that is so hard to avoid in our tech-obsessed world, the upgrade treadmill. Your phone works perfectly fine, but the new one has a slightly better camera. Is that tiny little improvement really worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars?
So, what's the real cost of that new phone? It's not just the price tag, it's something called opportunity cost. It's what that money could have been doing if you had invested it instead. As you can see here, that small sum of money could grow into a small fortune over time.
And finally, we get to the master trap, the one that all the others feed into. It really comes down to this, the choice between consumption and investment. Are you spending your money on things that disappear or on things that grow? This slide really says it all. every single dollar you earn comes to this fork in the road. Does it buy you a quick, fleeting moment of pleasure? Or do you plant it so it can grow into a money tree? This isn't just a financial choice, you guys. It's a complete shift in mindset that is the foundation of all wealth.
All right, so we've seen all the traps, but what do they all have in common? It turns out they all hinge on one simple but incredibly powerful idea. This is the core principle that separates the wealthy from, well, pretty much everyone else.
First, let's just get the term straight. An asset is anything that makes you money. It literally puts cash in your pocket. So think stocks, a rental property, a successful side business. It's like a little money-making machine working for you.
And a liability? Well, a liability does the exact opposite. It takes money from you. It costs you to own it, and its value almost always goes down. It's basically a money pit. And this slide just lays it all out, nice and clear. Over on the right, in the liabilities column, you see all the traps we've been talking about, the things that just drain your wealth. And on the left, in the assets column, are the things that build it. The secret to wealth is simple, but it's not easy. You have to stop buying things from the right side of this chart and start buying things from the left.
Okay, so now you know the principle. But look, knowledge is useless without action. So let's talk about how you can actually put this into practice and start building your own financial freedom, starting right now. Here's a super simple 3-step plan. First, you gotta identify your traps. Be brutally honest with yourself. Second, before every single non-essential purchase, just ask yourself the 5-year question. Will this be worth anything in 5 years? And third, and this is the magic step, invest the difference. Every dollar you don't spend on a liability becomes a soldier in your army of assets.
So, I'll leave you with this one question. Take a hard look at your spending. What is one single dollar you're spending today on something that's going to be worthless tomorrow that you could instead invest in your future? Find that $1. Because changing the destination of that single dollar could change the destination of your entire life.